right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of our goalie career. Today we got a matchup at home. It seems like all of our starts are at home lately, but an at-home matchup against the former Arizona Coyotes, the Utah Hockey Club. I kind of wish they just picked a name that was being thrown around. You know, there was a good one. I think Utah Yeti is actually a fantastic name. It's going to be weird to just say Hockey Club for a little bit, but I understand there's a lot that goes into basically acquiring a quote-unquote new team, moves to a new city, all that sort of stuff. So should be a fun matchup. They're still very talented. They got Clayton Keller up front. They got some big bodies, some young guys like Logan Goalie. So it's still a tough matchup as always. If you missed the last video, we're kind of riding a bit of a hot streak right now. At the start of last one, we had said that the team was on a bit of a slide, losing 3 or 4 straight games, and we went into that matchup. And you know, I don't like to be, you know, too modest or anything, but I absolutely held down the fort. It was one of the best goalie performances I've had in a significantly long time. I think it was like 42 saves, only allowed 1 goal, kept the boys absolutely into it, and then they turned on the Jets in the third period, and we were able to pull off a huge win, which then sparked a 4 or 5 game win streak from the starting goaltender and the rest of the boys. So it's a really good sign here. Turn the tide, so to speak. And now we got a matchup against Utah here at home. They have their boring Utah name across their jersey. We decided to throw on the 22-23 reverse retro, which also has Vegas down the front. I think this jersey looks horrible. Let me know what you guys think, but a little bit of a matching what they have to offer. So let's get started. Looking forward to this one. Like I said, any team is the possibility of absolutely just shoving it down your throat. So we got to be careful with any team. I think Arizona's got some good pieces they picked up this summer. Obviously, probably the most notable in Sergachev coming over from Tampa Bay. They needed defense. He's hopefully there to provide some for them. But as mentioned at the top, we are back once again in Las Vegas, Nevada at the T-Mobile Arena. Let's get started. Let's continue the momentum. We don't want to be the reason why the boys go on or throw up a loss after a really good stretch of hockey, and I don't know what the heck is going on in this jersey. I know a bunch of you guys in the comments aren't fan of the Vegas kit to begin with. The numbers just look like, first of all, it kind of reminds me of Vancouver's alternate jersey, which I wish they would make their actual jersey. A good start here and a nice save there from Connor Ingram, but reminds me of the color scheme of the Vancouver alternate third, whatever you want to call it. But what are these numbers? These numbers almost look like, it actually almost looks like an EA created team. The font does not match what they got going on. It looks way too cartoonish. It just seems like nothing on this jersey matches what they're trying. I don't know. I don't like it, but like I said, Utah's not the greatest jersey to start off. I don't mind the colors. I do wish they went with purple. And I understand, like, look, we saw it with the PWHL. To get, for them, a league started and just get the cities finalized, it makes sense. Like, it's going to take a while to get branding. They have that now. Same with Utah. I can only imagine, even though the team was established and it's not a net new team, it's probably, you know, a lot of paperwork, a lot of patent stuff that they got to throw for logo acquiring and all that sort of stuff. So I get it. Utah Hockey Club just doesn't roll off the tongue, but here we go. Good start here from the Vegas Golden Knights, throwing pressure now on a Connor Ingram, full pressure mounting as Sean Dursey gets this one in the corner. We'll throw it back to the Dylan Gunther. Gunther up to Cooley. There's the young kids that we were talking about. Lawson Krause, the bloody big forward, streams down the right side, looking back in front. The puck gets thrown, hits Lawson Krause in front. Carlson now tries to find a man in front, loses the puck. It'll be Krause up to Marino. Marino now through the neutral ice, looking for time and space in the Vegas zone, and he loses it to Barbashev, who this second line, by the way, I think has had probably the best start to the season out of our entire club. Now, top guys, Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, they've turned it on a lot lately, but the consistency that this line has shown every time we're between the pipes is remarkable. And there's a big reason why we've gotten off to a good start. Here we go. Quest for the Calder Cup. These are Cheryl's pick. I mean, what's a guy got to do? What's the guy got to do? A 9-10 save percentage puts us in 14th, Cheryl? Do you even know what you're talking about? Now, don't get me wrong. Hudson's a great young defenseman. Macklin Celebrini is really good. You got Crozier in Tampa Bay, but some of these guys have 2 points. I have a 9-10 save percentage, and I'm getting my 4th career start. And you're telling me that's not good enough? But like I said, it is actually insanely hard to win the Calder in this game as a goalie. Even if I had like 9.5 save percentage, she would still probably put me down there. But you saw the stats comparison between me and Ingram. Ingram starting 10 games. Us, we've played in 5, but we've only started 3. Another little small complaint I've had with this game is whenever you get thrown in as a backup for a game, you don't get to play it, so it affects your stats. But it is what it is. Kerfoot now. Alex Kerfoot through the neutral zone. Relieves the full pressure once again. It's probably the best start you could ask for aside from scoring a goal from the Golden Knights. Keeping it out of our zone. All the shots have been to the outside, putting pressure and a bit of a trap on the blue line. And there's Sergachev now, the big defenseman, coming in with a big role in Utah. Kerfoot gets pushed off the puck again by William Karlsson. So thank you guys in the comments for letting me know. I didn't know that William Karlsson was taking some personal time for some family matters. Now, obviously, anything outside of hockey and families' lives are more important. Hopefully everything's well with him and his family. Will be a big blow to the Golden Knights, but totally understandable. Obviously, this game will not reflect that, but it's definitely good knowledge to have. And yeah, just prayers that everything's okay there. On the other side of Utah, like I said, the big talking point is one Clayton Keller being named, I believe, last week. Like I said, I think these rosters were done on the 25th of September before the game launched. So while the roster is up to date, captain for Utah is not assigned, but I think that's a great choice. He's obviously a very skilled guy, somebody who's really at least given them a chance to win hockey games. So I think it's a smart choice for them. Sergachev being another one who decided to sign in the offseason, make the trek out to Utah. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of free agents or trades they can kind of target now that they're out of the desert. Now, don't get me wrong. It's funny to say hockey in the desert doesn't belong, but you look at the kids coming out of Arizona. I mean, Austin Matthews, superstar, grew up in Arizona. You got guys that have played in Arizona and are amazing. Unfortunately, they had a really crappy owner. Unfortunately, Arizona still isn't regarded as the biggest hockey market like something like Las Vegas, Nevada. But switching to Utah, I do think Utah is just widely known as a massive sports market. You obviously have the Utah Jazz, that team, you go there and it's just Utah Jazz everywhere you look. So I'm assuming hockey will pick up relatively quickly, being near the mountains, being near Salt Lake City, or in Salt Lake City. I don't even know if that's where they're playing. I think they're playing where the Jazz play. Either way, it's a good market. Once they get some branding, I don't think, I know the owner wants to buy the team back in 5 years. It's not going to happen, if I'm being honest. I think Utah's going to grab this team by the reins and make it their own. Like I said, I like the color kit. I really wish they just settled on a name. It sounds like Yeti is the favorite. I know not everybody's going to like that, but I think it's great. Schmaltz now. Nick Schmaltz up to Michelli. Michelli finds Sergachev. The man of the hour gets it across to Lawson Krause, the big body in front, and it takes 3 men to knock him off that one. Noah Hannafin now. Noah Hannafin needs a good couple games here. He's looked much better in the last few, but still, I don't know what it is. Look, in real hockey, I don't know about you guys, but I always kind of view Noah Hannafin as like, that's the it guy. Like, that's the guy you want on your team. That's the guy you want in fantasy hockey. He's just a good player, but I don't know. Was it last year he moved to Vegas or 2 years ago? Not that he's gotten bad by any means, but I don't think the pressure is on him in Vegas to be the it guy. And I think it's, one, allowed him to play a little bit different style of hockey, and two, he doesn't need to put up the points as Corsair strips out of the blue line. Our big man going for a ride. Gets it across, and what a play to Dorofeyev. Now, I corrected myself on this. I'm pretty sure it's Dorofeyev. I've been saying Dorofeyev, but it is EAV at the end. What an absolute beautiful play by the big man. Strips the puck at the blue line, and Corsair will just go for a skate. He beats the defenseman back. I believe that's Dursey he beat. Gets it across, doesn't make contact with the goalie, or at least not enough to warrant goalie interference. And what a play by Corsair. An absolute beautiful feed. And Dorofeyev will say, thank you very much for that one. I believe that's his second of the season now. And let's go, baby. Attaboy, you love to see that. And that gets the Vegas Golden Knights, after a pretty stellar first period, up on the board with a 1-0 goal. Let's go, dude. Much different first period than we had in the last game. I was already at 20 shots by this point. We're only at 5 now, and it seems like total control over the Utah Hockey Club from the Golden Knights. Wow, you love that. Anyway, let me finish my thought about Hanifin. Yeah, I just think that he's in a different role. I think the pressure's off of him. But whatever reason in this game, his AI just seems to be so lost all the time, and I have no idea why. And like I said, just because he's like slowed down points-wise and being super productive since joining Vegas, I don't think that should warrant his AI just being completely useless in scenarios. But it is what it is. Eichel now. Top line goes for a double open ice deke and loses it. Clayton Keller now has a man with him, but it's Pietrangelo, and this top pairing has finally found their footing after a couple rough games for us. Much better lately. Shea Theodore specifically just seems to step up a lot. Gets himself involved in offense, jumps back, makes big plays with both his body and his stick. A pass in front, and it's a good play there by, I believe that's Pietrangelo, up Thomas Hurdle. Hurdle now with 2:45 left on the first period clock. Tries to get around his man. It's Dursey doing a good job. That's back. In front to Carlson. Carlson behind the net now. Looking for a man in front. Loses it. It's going to be Clayton Keller. Keller now. Up to Cole. A really good first period here from the team in front of us. Carlson now. I hate these jerseys. My gosh. I need to stop saying it. I know we picked it simply because Utah has their jersey with just the name in front. I didn't even realize Vegas had this jersey, but this is just not it. It's just not it. Speaking of Utah players, well, while we see them, I don't know how often we'll see them in this game. They are in the Pacific, so I'm assuming we'll see them quite a lot. But Ingram's another interesting goaltender. I've had him in my fantasy league. I play in a keeper fantasy league, and he was my basically third goalie last year. But he was the guy that was going to get me starts. And he's one of those guys that gets starts, and he obviously shared the net last year a little bit for the most part. But he'd go on like 2 to 3 bad games, and I'd be like, I got to drop him. And then he'd just randomly get a beautiful shutout like every week. Like he would just get a shutout like once every 2 weeks. And you'd be like, oh, okay, so he maybe he's turning the tide, or he is a good goaltender. And then he'd go on like 2 or 3 bad starts. And then he'd get a shutout, and you're like, he was the guy that like, I just couldn't afford to drop because he was a good enough third string goalie, even though Arizona at the time sucked. It was just like, it was weird. Anyway, that's a little look into my fantasy world, but here we go. That's a good first period. That's everything you wanted. A much calmer, a much cleaner period than our last outing against, was it the Sharks we played? And that's a 6-shot save effort from me, 13 shots for the Vegas Golden Knights. It's going to be Dorofeyev who buries that from a beautiful feed and beautiful work by the big man Corsair. And we head to the second period here at the T-Mobile Arena, 1-0. Let's see if the boys can continue it. Theodore now. He's had a good couple games. Gets it over to Eichel. Eichel finds Stone on the doorstep, and it's a big glove save. Getting across. Read that all the way. Doesn't look like the game has implemented too much in the way of goaltending pad kit for, if anything, it's actually still the Arizona kit on Ingram. He does have somewhat of a Utah helmet. Again, they probably didn't want to put too much work in because you'd assume that in a year's time, maybe 2 years' time, they'd have branding, they'd have their arena figured out, all that sort of stuff. Because I think there's still a lot of construction to be done to get that. Yeah, that's how I know they play where the Jazz play, because it's a basketball arena. 2 sides of the arena, I'm pretty sure can't even see the ice properly. So they have to do some construction to get it all done. Pietrangelo now, side of the net hit there, nothing too dangerous. Couple good opportunities by Utah. Theodore now in deep, goes for a skate, gets behind the net to Eichel. Eichel now back in front to Pietrangelo, looking for the tip in front. And it'll be a big save by Connor Ingram. A lot of opportunities, some good saves. But we still hold that 1-0 lead. Hopefully we can get 1 or 2 more to extend it. A massive hit there by Pietrangelo onto the current captain, Clayton Keller. Face off now to the right of Ingram, left side of the ice. He wins it cleanly, getting much better on the face-off dot. But it's going to be good pressure from the Utah forward to just strip that one away, makes a big hit. And now it's all the way down the ice. Dylan Gunther back to Marino, finds Sergachev, some good puck movement. Lawson Krause, and we'll have to spread out and make that save. We'll play it into the corner. Now up to Mark Stone. Mark Stone, he'll streak in. Looking for some help coming behind him. Doesn't see it, and he'll get it off the stick of, I believe that was Sergachev, and back down the ice. Noah Hannafin now finds Holtz way down the ice. Hurdle. Line change in progress. William Karlsson steps out onto the ice. Turns, fires it towards his player, and loses it to Logan Cooley, who finds Sergachev. I think Utah, if I'm making a prediction with how they will do, I think Utah in a year or two's time will be making runs for the playoffs. Now, will it happen? I don't know. But I think their biggest issue was defense. I think goaltending has always been a struggle because they've been bouncing off two goaltenders. Vejmelka, or however you pronounce it. Nice big save after a hard shot by, I believe that was Cooley. Just hold on to that one. But you go out and get a piece like Sergachev. That's a big piece to put in the back part of your rink. That will hopefully, if he does anything like he did out in the Eastern Conference, he should have an impact immediately, as long as he can stay healthy with this club. Marino now up to Nick Schmaltz, who finds Keller. Keller now with a burst of speed. Has a step on his Vegas man, but a good effort to get back. I believe that was Hannafin actually making that play, so good to see him showing some effort. Holtz now loses the puck, and we just can't get by. But a nice turnover and a shot on net from Barbashev, who has probably been my favorite and most effective player in this early going of the season. Always showing up every single start we get. 12:45 left here in the second period. Keller will get that behind his net and get it to Marino. Marino now. Is that John Marino, I believe? I think that's his name. Up to Michelli. Michelli fighting for the puck, gets it back, and we have to make a nice strong save as he beats Pietrangelo to that loose puck and just gets a nice quick shot short side. Up to 11 shots, still nothing to stress about. Couple good looks here and there, but as always, I try to say this every few videos, please ignore that hits column, the hits chart. It really does not matter. And if you're wondering why I keep saying that, when you play goaltender, or even when you play any player in Be a Pro, you're simulating 90% of the stats around the league. All the goals, all the assists, all the hits, all the goalie stats, all that sort of stuff is sim. However, when you get a start, the way that the game figures itself out and plays out is much different than what the simulated version off screen does. So your players are going to go out and get, the teams are going to get 40, 50, 60 even sometimes hits per game, which means my players for the Vegas Golden Knights are seeing that as our backup, I don't know, 20 times a year. They're always going to be at the top of the leaderboard in a turnover, and we're just going to throw our stick to Kerfoot, and I knew that was going to happen. I got across, but what a play by Utah here. What an unbelievable play, and it's going to be Bugstad who just winds up, and I mean barely, beats us on that post. You can see some disappointment of the goaltender. I mean, you probably could have said that the player for Utah may have interfered there. As always, these aren't the greatest replays. They say they fix the replays, and it never shows it up close or anything like that. But anyway, it's an effort here. This is Colasar. Gets hit off, but he gets the puck. Oh, actually, that's Kerfoot who gets the puck. But it's a good pickup there by the defenseman. But it squirts free, and it's Alex Kerfoot. So I decide I'm going to poke this because I don't want him to go forehand and roof this. Look at that second effort of that poke check. That's a cool shot, right? That's a really sick shot right there. Pokes it off, gets the stick in the way. Kerfoot doesn't get the shot. Okay, let's follow the puck now around. It's McBain who decides to go behind the net, and they're so good at this behind the net play. You can see me start to move. I kick off immediately. Nobody picks up, and that's where I'm thinking Kerfoot may have interfered with us, but we'll let this one slide. We get across, but I just can't plant, and it goes off my shoulder, off the elbow, and you can see the disappointment in the kid right there. Closes his eyes, can't believe it. You hate to see it, but I'm really proud of the effort there. It is what it is. I think you can... Oh, I'm so stupid. They did call it back. Why was there double replay for the goal then? Did you even see the guy wave it off? Am I crazy for thinking that they showed 2 goal replays? Okay, so ignore everything I just said. That was indeed goalie interference. We still have a 1-0 game What an effort. I think that's the right call, if I'm being honest, after watching it up close. Kerfoot did cut through the middle and bump into us. To be honest, it didn't really impact me that much, but it may have hindered my positioning coming to the post. I did not see the ref blow that off. There was no, unless I was just too blind and didn't see it. It didn't look like there was an animation of the ref getting zoomed in on, but we'll have to watch it back in the replay. All right, well, we'll take it. Hey, EA gifted us one there. Cross now. Lawson Krause. Up to Marino, and that's another good attempt there. With Schmaltz on the doorstep, Barbashev now. He'll streak out. We got a game now, 15-16 of the shots. 1-0 still. And it's Holtz on the doorstep, and another big save by Ingram, so it's 6:53. Looking to, after thankfully being saved by a goaltender interference call, we now have pressure in the opposite zone. Let's see if the boys can capitalize. This line has been effective. Carlson in. Wins the faceoff again. He's been dominant. Pietrangelo gets it on net. Carlson with the backhander. Slows that puck down and fires it. And another good save by Ingram. I was too upset to see that call off. That's funny. Even if that goal went in, you just got to move on. I mean, I made as much of an effort. No way. A face-off win, and Shea Theodore, who has worked so hard in the last few games. You would love to see him get rewarded for his effort. Gets that off the face-off, throws it on net. It bounces off the post, off the side of Ingram, and he's able to corral that. Another face-off win in front. Pietrangelo this time a tip. Schmaltz gets the puck up. Keller now trying to alleviate that full pressure. Gets it through the neutral zone. Finds open ice. Gets it to Michelli. Back in front. The puck's just sitting there. I get a little bit of a bear hug by Clayton Keller. Give him congratulations on the captaincy and move on. Holtz now fires it off the blocker of Connor Ingram. Barbashev fighting in the corner. Gets it up to Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo now fighting. Has two bodies in support for Utah. And now it's up to McBain. McBain now. A puck in front. Where is it? And some efforts here. 2, 3, 4 whacks at it at the side of the net. It's going to be Alex Pietrangelo finally coming in to grab that one. Barbashev one-on-one with Cole. And that's Bugstad who gets that back. Alexander Kerfoot now. McBain. McBain fires it. I'm going to just reach out and grab that because we've been a little sloppy since this line stepped out. Want to just make sure if there's a line change going on, they're successfully able to do that. Whew. A lot of action since that goalie interference call. Eichel now out with the boys. Hannafin, Whitecloud. Whitecloud gets it off to another faceoff. Gunther. Dylan Gunther steals it. And that is a just desperation stretch out glove save after a beautifully timed one-timer by Lawson Krause. EA, I don't know what a guy's got to do to like wish or hope that you add any sort of good save replays into the game. You guys called it out in the comments. There's no love in this game for human goaltenders. And there never has been, there never will be. They hate us. But look at this pressure now. Unable to clear from Whitecloud. Gets pushed off the puck. Gunther there for support. He could have easily brought this in. Decides to get a one-timer. I'm completely out of position there. Didn't even see the pass. But it's a good stretch save. I mean, if that's anybody but Lawson Krause, that's probably in the back of the net, if I'm being honest. Not known for being a sniper. He's definitely a power forward. But a nice big stretch save. Thankfully able to grab that one out. But yeah, man, EA, come on, guys. You show all sorts of replays in the game. You show anytime there's a goal. Show us the good highlights. Like even one or two. It doesn't need to be everyone. But if it's like a crazy desperation save and you got James Cybulski losing his freaking mind in the background, show us the replay. A split save there. Probably a little bit unnecessary, but made sure we got in the way of that. You'll love to see it. Mark Stone now gets pinned across, and they are doing a phenomenal job of smothering the puck carrier with not one, but two bodies. And a big play there. Knocks his man off the puck. And Eichel now has a step, and he will go forehand, backhand, and he will beat the goaltender Connor Ingram of the Utah Hockey Club for his 6th goal of the season. Jack Eichel gets the Golden Knights up 2 with a strong solo effort. I don't even think that's backhand. I think he just brought it to his left side, being a righty, and just forehanded that one in. Maybe a little bit of a cheese off the bottom of the blocker of Ingram, and with all the saves he's made, you got to feel for him on that one. A little bit of unlucky play there as it hits the bottom part of his blocker. McDavid already up to 21, Matthews up to 20. I've seen people post pictures where they've simulated a season and it's like 190 points. So for whatever reason, the scoring in this game is just all sorts of crazy. So we might be in for a treat. Eichel now up to, I believe that said 15 or 16. He has 6 goals. A little bit of a sluggish start for him, but he's definitely found his stride in the last few games. Colasar now loses the puck to Cole. Cole gets it up to Schmaltz. Golden Knights looking ahead to the second intermission with a 2-0 lead. But I was going to say Arizona. It's going to be hard. Utah looking to put a change to that. And what's also dumb is Utah Hockey Club just doesn't, like, I always say for this club or for this hockey club, but that's actually their name. So it's going to be weird to say Utah Hockey Club for an entire season, or entire year rather. Also, when I say Utah, I think of the Utah Jazz, because that's probably the biggest Utah sports team out there. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful, beautiful solo effort. A nice pass off the boards, I will say. But Eichel gets behind the defenseman, makes a nifty little play in front, and it's going to be a 2-0 lead. A goaltender review called back. We had goalie interference. I missed it completely. Like, I'm going to watch this video back, and it's probably going to be like he's going to wave the puck off immediately, and I was just too down in my feelings. Upset that that goal went in after a beautiful play by me. Gets overturned, and we got 2-0. Third period up next. I will say, even though they haven't been able to beat us, we hope that continues, obviously, for our sake. Utah has been really effective in this game at having 2 players on the puck at all time and finding open ice. They're by no means the favorite in this matchup. We've actually gotten very lucky with our coach doing a good job putting us in against quote-unquote underdogs. Not that it makes the matchup any easier. You saw San Jose absolutely pepper us last game. But it does let us get, you know, some statistics built up, a little bit more points into our players' progression when we play some easier squads that our team, theoretically on paper, should dominate. But they are doing a good job, and Ingram's holding them in. I got to say that. Gila Monster chants in the background. Loving the action here in the Utah end. Puck squirts free all the way down into the Vegas territory. Pietrangelo now go for escape behind the net. I do like that they got rid of the defenseman skating in front of the net, because too many times in 24, the puck would just squirt off their stick and into the net somehow. You see them go behind the net a lot more and make the outlet pass to, you know, a winger along the boards. Clayton Keller now alleviates that full pressure, but he's exhausted. Gets a shot on net. We're now up to 23 saves. Definitely nothing compared to our last outing. I think through 2 periods we had 35 saves. 17-19 is all that remaining between us and the end of this game. Marino now. And that's some good face-off structure from Utah. Thankfully, the boys are doing a good job in front of us to at least clear the body in front of us out. So it's a nice, just straight-on shot. We can see it coming, and then we just got to hope that our rookie goaltender doesn't just wave at the puck and let it in. Gunther now. Gunther to Krause. Krause hits the back of his player, but it squirts in front. And Cooley in front there with a backhander. We'll stop him on the doorstep. Now we're getting busy. Up to 25 saves. These are the games that I love to play, though. One, it's more entertaining for a video. It really is. Also, this video is flying by. We're at 28 minutes, and we're almost halfway through the third period. Holy jump-ins. Non-stop action. But I love these games. It makes for me enjoying them a lot more. I like when it's back and forth, good action. Not these, like, boring, oh, you had 10 saves, that sucks. Or it's just a complete blowout where you get yanked from the game or something like that. Krause now. Oh, it squirts free. We got to be careful now as Pietrangelo struggles to find it. Theodore comes in to help him out, and the both of them get it out. Hurdle now goes for an open ice deke. He gets it through, but decides to try to pass it to Eichel and just completely misses the mark. Marino now. He loses the puck to Holtz. And there's not a lot of faceoffs in this one. A lot of fast-paced action, back and forth like I just mentioned. Some just good hockey. Both teams up to 26 back in front, and it's going to be a shot that hits Eichel's stick in front and rings off the post. That close to a 3-0 game. Because I believe that was Holtz who shot it. A late shift there from Jack Eichel. Stays in front, gets a stick on it, and just directs it wide. And I mean just directs it wide. Kerfoot now up to Bukestad. Bukestad to McBain. And there's what I said could happen at any time. It's going to be McBain streaking in a pretty nice little nifty pass to find him in the slot. That's just a nice, hard, perfectly placed shot at the top of the dot. My God. Okay, so did you see that? My guy looks to the left of Hannafin. I was going to say there may have been a bit of a deflection, and there's the wave that I was talking about. Top of the crease, perfect position. My guy angles to the wrong way. You'll see it here in the replay that I'll show you because they don't like to show it too often. So it comes down here. It's a good pass by Bukestad to find McBain. And watch my head. Watch my head on this play. I look to my right, his left, as Hannafin streaks across. My guy's vision is so low that he looks to find it, reacts to the puck late. And I mean, if we just kept our glove right there, that's in the... Hey, it's a good shot. It's a good play shot with Hannafin streaking through. You can't even blame Hannafin. He's trying to make the play on the puck. And with, what, 13 minutes exactly left for our first career shutout, Jack or Jake? I think it's Jake. Whatever. McBain gets them on the board. It's a good effort there from Utah. Like I said, they've been playing really well all game. Just a little bit unlucky. Well, the goal should have counted earlier, in my opinion. I don't think... Even though Kerfoot hit us, I really don't think he stopped my ability at making a save. We'll take that one. McBain gets rewarded in the third. And now we'll see how the boys respond as we have a 1-goal game late in this third period. 11:30 left. Not quite next goal wins territory. Well, it's not because we're winning 2-1. However, a tie game would certainly get you to that mark. So we want to make sure that we keep the foot firmly placed to the ground. No easing up on these plays. We've had a pretty solid game so far. That wasn't even, like I said, that wasn't anybody on our team's fault. That was a young goaltender in position, trying to find the puck through bodies and just unable to pick it up until late. Now EICHL in front, and man, this game just loves to prove me wrong. Here I am saying that we got to be careful, and Utah's putting the pressure. And once again, our boy Jack EICHL, who has 2 goals on the evening, gets spotted by, who is that? I don't even know, 40-something. Gets spotted in front. He will go far side with a nice low hard shot. Can't tell if that was 46 or 49. Somebody passed it to EICHL. We'll find out in a moment. The replay never does a good job at highlighting the entire play. It just zooms into the moment that they want to pick. There's Jack EICHL swiftly moving up the board, tying both Hyman and one other player at 17 now. And it's EICHL's second from, it was Barbashev, okay. So a little bit of a mixed line there as the second line wasn't quite off the ice there. Barbashev takes the hit in the corner, passes in front to an alone EICHL, and he makes no mistake as now Utah does a good job to battle back here. This is a fun game. Kind of surprisingly turned into a fun game. 30 shots now for Utah. 3-1 hockey game, 8:50 left in this one. And what turned into kind of a slow start for me is the opposite of last game, where we started really strong and really busy and ended kind of slow. Now we started slow and we're ending extremely busy with some good opportunities by both clubs now. See, I can't even say both clubs because their name literally is, whatever. Hurdle now tries to sprawl. I don't even know who he's aiming for there, but EICHL, and that will be ice and gets all the way down the ice. We got Edmonton, Seattle, and Carolina. You would assume that maybe that Seattle game is another opportunity for me to get between the pipes. You never know what the coaches are looking at or what they're planning for us. Aiden Hill's been on a tear himself lately. I think he got 4 straight wins between this and our last start, or 3 straight wins. Full pressure now. Shea Theodore once again. We saw this when the goal got disallowed. Oh, a beautiful tip in front by McBain, and he's looking to get the Utah right back into this. A slow shot from the point. Tired bodies in front of him from the Vegas Golden Knight, and Kerfoot making the play and sacrificing the body. It's basically what you need against some of these big lines.
Well, we've got a body of evidence now with this one.
All right, come on, boys. Let's stay with it. We're exhausted. We have full pressure. No. Oh, another tip in front, and what a save! What an absolute beautiful save. And you guys seem to like when I highlight the big saves. I know it's annoying to pause it all the time, but I wish they'd give goaltenders the love. It's a Bukestad win, right back to Marino, who gets it out. And look at that tip by Bukestad, and what a save! gets the arm up in the way, falls on his butt as a result. All right, let's get back to action. Sorry, I just, with how little goaltending replays there are, I do like to see them before I forget about them and try to go back later. And it's Barbashev, our boy with it. Did that say 7 goals already? This man, Ivan Barbashev, is in Vegas, and he's making the most of his opportunity on that second line. And what a play from the corner, and Barbashev snipes that top shelf. And just like we did in the last game, these boys are just not going away. They said, okay, Utah got one back here. Let's put the pressure to them. Let's make most of every opportunity. And what a beautiful shot there by Barbashev, who is up to 15. Him and Holtz are 2 and 3 on this Vegas team for points. 7th now. This man won't stop. Barbashev tries to find William Karlsson, who went down on one knee there. 4-1 game with 6 minutes left. And now it's just wide open here. It's just a shooter's gallery in front again. Oh my word, we're up to 34 saves. Another big effort needed. And the fans are loving it, and why wouldn't you? What a blast this game has been so far to start our career. Schmaltz to Sergachev. Up to Barbashev. Barbashev now. 5 minutes left. Jeez, I'm loving this series so far. I mean, I absolutely loved our LA series as well. There were some really fun games in there, but something about the new skating mechanics and the AI iCUE, it doesn't work for lick online, and I keep saying that, but oh my gosh, and Be a Pro, is it ever fun to watch. Kerfoot has been in and around the play. Where is this puck? Finally, it's Hanifin who finds it up to Kolesar. Kolesar now to Dorofeev. Dorofeev now into the corner. Stutter steps and stops up. It's Howden in front. Up to Haig. Kolesar to Barrett Howden. Is it Barrett? No, that's the guy on Barrett. Is Barrett the guy on? I don't even know. There's somebody in the NHL with the name Barrett, and I think it might be a guy for Utah. What's Howden's first name? And another big glove save. Actually whiffed on that one a little bit. Hit our closed glove. Is it Hayden Barrett? Barrett Hayden or something? I don't know. You guys will fill me in. You know a lot about the Western League. Western Conference, rather. Lawson Krause trying to find space. Dylan Gunther, he's in alone. Finds a man sprawling on the right side. It's Logan Cooley with a shot. We've looked busy in this one. My, oh my. What a game. 37 shots now to 33. 1 minute left, and this might be just as thrilling of an end as the last one we played, even though it was a much, much different game. Holy jumpins, we got a fun one here. Whew. 1 minute left on the clock. Full pressure now with a face-off win. Theodore goes for a skate, gets it to Eichel. Eichel backhands it, and a stretch save there from Connor Ingram. Honestly, you got to look at his body of work, and it's a pretty good game from him. The third period, he may have wanted a few of those goals back, but he's had a hell of a game. He's kept his team in it when they needed to. They've bounced off his effort. Unfortunately, we've just held the net. Fortunately for us, unfortunate for them. 35 seconds now as the Golden Knights just about match shots. It's going to be Stone who corrals this one for maybe one more rush. No, he gets hit off the boards. Up to Strendland. And we will absolutely hold on to this puck with 21.7. Another 37 save effort. Now, again, I got to stress that this feels a lot different than last game. The first couple periods of this one, they very much were just throwing pucks on net. There wasn't a lot going for them. It was just get the puck to the net. This third period is full of all sorts of grade A chances from Utah. But at the end, when it all adds up, we're looking at 37 saves on a 38-shot effort. You love it. 12 seconds left now. One more chance here for the Vegas Golden Knights. The fans are just screaming the clock. Sergachev up to Stenlund. One last opportunity. No, and that's going to do it as the kid continues his rookie campaign with another glorious outing against the Utah Hockey Club. Not the first time we'll face them. First time we'll face them. Definitely not the last time. And the boys celebrate in these horrible, horrible uniforms. But when all's said and done, when the lights come up and the stats are added up, we got another win for the boys. And our hot play here lately as we improved to, I believe, 8-4-1 as a club. For us, I believe our record is now 4-2-0, I believe. what a start. Kind of a dream start scenario. We really haven't been tested by too many like dominating clubs. We've obviously LA probably being the toughest. We had Anaheim. We've now had Utah, and we also had San Jose in our last outing. And I gotta say, these teams, like I try to warn you guys, it's never gonna be a cakewalk. These teams have the ability to put the pressure on when needed. And 2 goals from Jack Eichel. Big play here from the young man. I would give the first star to Barbashev. They gave it to the 3rd star. But we're gonna get our 2nd straight first star in as many games with a 9-save, 4-save percentage. And oh my jumpins. Giving it to Cheryl Pounder a little bit as she put us on 15 on our Calder Cup watch list. And all of a sudden we respond with another beautiful outing. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.
And when you look at where this team's
the room is buzzing after that one. You love it. Wish we could have got the shutout. That was definitely the game to do it in.
He makes big stops. He looks comfortable.
James Spolsky, as much as I don't like listening to him, we'll let him give us our praise here for a moment. There's our record at the top. 6 games played in, 4 games started, 4-2-0 is our record with a 922 save percentage. That is the best start in Be a Pro Goalie history since I've started making these videos on our channel. We started off much worse in the past. This is by far the best. Let's go ahead and simulate this game against... I don't think we're going to get the start against... We are not. Like I said, Aiden Hill is still performing exceptionally. Just because we're having good starts doesn't necessarily mean we're stealing the first overall job from him. We're just showing the coach that, hey, if you need us, we're there for you. And we get the win as we give Edmonton a dose of what they gave us last year. Vegas Golden Knights win that one 9-4, the record now, headed to Seattle. I don't even think we'll get this start. No, we don't. So let's keep simming here. When your team's flying, there's no point. Okay, there's a loss, so this is interesting. Carolina, a very strong team. Does the rookie get his first real test of his career? No, they're giving it to Aiden Hill, so still running with the team while they're running hot. We get that win. Are we going to get the Ducks? We are probably going to get the Ducks again. Oh my word, the coach is going with what works. You got to respect it. Michael, you're playing against the Ducks. How important are divisional matchups? What's the star option? It's another opportunity to prove that I am a better player than anyone else in this division. Management doesn't like that, but hey, what are you planning on doing to make sure that happens? Allow a max of 1 goal? Ugh. Let's just prove why I'm the best and get the W. Let's just say that. Let's not... I don't like the cocky option, man. It scares me. I would never say these things, but hey, it's a new year. We're trying new things. So the coach is running what works. We got a big win in our first career start against the Ducks. Why not throw us in there again and see if we can hold down the fort? Our player seems to be happy with it. The team is absolutely pumping right now, 10-5-0, but the Ducks are 8-5-1. So it's, like I said, never easy out here. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough just as much as I am. It's been a blast. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get one every single time an NHL video drops. There is about 90% of you guys enjoying these videos that hasn't smashed that sub button. Click it. Let's grow the channel together. Let's get these videos into the algorithm. I can't thank you guys enough for all the love and support. Let's just continue to ride this one out, baby. It's been a hell of a ride. Make sure you guys are taking care of yourself. And until the next one, we'll catch you back here. Thanks, guys.